When it comes to technology, the road to staying in touch with those that we love has improved immensely, but with this progress, detachment can be an added problem when making those connections. And author and life coach Ashley Berges joins us to shed light on how this can be challenging, especially during the holidays. Hi Ashley, welcome to Texas Living.
Hey sweetheart, how you doing? Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, we're glad to have you back. Well, so during the holidays, this can be a difficult thing, and you've written a book called The 10-Day Challenge to Live Your True Life.
Yes.
Which I think is really neat. And do you address this in your book?
Definitely. I really talk about connection, and really having that human connection is so important.
Well, and this is the time of year where we maybe have a little more time to do that. So let's talk about Skyping with your relatives and texting with your relatives and having that one-on-one connection.
You know, a lot of times we go to family events, and instead of being part of the family, we get on our iPhones or iPads and we get on Facebook or we text. It's like, why don't we just Skype our family instead of being there?
Right.
You know?
That's exactly right.
It's like being a part of something is so important.
Right. So you think putting in that FaceTime one-on-one is really important?
Definitely, and it's the only way that we really can connect real true. You know, lasting your friendships, but also love. You know, if it's our grandmother or our aunt or uncle or our cousin, it's so important because we get to know more about their life, and we're not always there with them day after day. Sometimes we might see them once or twice a year.
Right. Well, and what about developing your social skills at any age? That's pretty important too, right?
Very important. And I think a lot of us realize that when we have kids, our kids look up to us. And so kids need to develop these social skills. And if the parents aren't doing it and we're not doing it, unfortunately, they're not going to do that. And so since we don't pick our family, it's really good because everybody has a different personality. And so they get to be able to interact and understand different people.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's important to learn how to sort of be around different personality types because in the working world, that's a valuable skill to have.
Exactly.
Well, and so what about thinking back on your own childhood memories?
Wow, I mean, I have great memories of like hanging out with my grandmother and making cookies, or, you know, singing like Christmas carols, or sometimes just the craziness of it too, you know, just the things that you don't expect. And I remember those memories forever, and I think that instilling that within your children to understand as well really makes something, because it's real memory. It's not a Facebook memory. You know, instead of like, you know, tuning into Facebook or checking in on Facebook, it's good to just check in with our family sometimes. We're not there every day, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, those real memories are what stick with us and really last.
Exactly. It's the things that really just, you go, wow, I remember that. I remember when Grandma did that, or I remember when my aunt did that. And it just makes you just smile, and it makes you think about the holidays so much warmer and so much better.
Yeah, it gives you that instant connection. Well, what about the emotional benefits that we get from expressing love to each other?
Wow, I mean, that's a big deal, you know, and it's like when we really express love and we really see people, we give them a hug and we show them that we really love them and care about them, and we say, you know, I love you, I care about you. It brings deep relationships, and it also creates deeper relationships in our lives, whether it be finding a mate or whatever it is. It's very important. And so when we instill that within our children, instead of like put the iPad down, your Facebook friends aren't here, they might like something, but let it go. You know, just put the phone down for a while, let it go, turn it off, and just really spend time with your family.
Well, and it makes a big difference to say I care about you or I love you than just to send somebody a text message or a Facebook message. Not that those are discounted, but it's important to say it in person.
You can always, you're right, and you know what, you're right about that. You can always do that on your own another time, but when you're there and in person, it's so much better just to be there and be present. You know, and I talk about that in my book, you know, Live Your True Life, as being present and using the time that you have as a gift. And honestly, a lot of these holidays, we don't get to see our relatives, maybe 3-5 hours, maybe one day. Use it and really use it wisely. Turn that phone off. Keep the iPad at home and just really express yourself to your family, because sometimes you might not get a chance to in the future, you know?
That's right, making the most of the time. Well, thank you so much, Ashley. We really appreciate it. These are great things to remember. I'm glad we talked one-on-one.
Yes, I like it. We have a good connection here.
That's right.
A very memorable connection.
It works very well.
Yes.
It's your plants in action. So.
You're awesome.
Well, you can catch Ashley on Style Network's #1 show, Big Rich Texas, and you can tune into her every Sunday on KLIF from 8 to 9 p.m., or you can check out liveyourtruelife.org.